Welcome back to American Muscle, the only show with guts enough to put me and Mike within a mile of each other.
Hey, Flex, you ever win the Orange County?
Nah, man, a cow.
Never heard of it.
Well, I'm from way up in Fresno, and it's always a big show, but this year, it was slamming.
Every year, Southern Californians are treated to a contest that is not only a competition, but an event for the whole family. We're talking about the longest-running regional contest in America, the Orange County Muscle Classic. Held at Knott's Berry Farm Amusement Park, promoter Mike Glass had a cavalcade of exhibit booths, as well as a sun-splashed outdoor pump-up area. And with an atmosphere of fun and games, it wasn't surprising to see that a record 185 bodybuilders showed up in superb shape. Runner-up in the tough teenage class was Downey's Fred Krause. He's one of the heaviest teens around at 5'10" and 215. Due to his frame, he still needs to add more size and thickness to win at the larger contests like this, especially in his back. Fred trains at Orange County's most competitive environment, Gold's Gym in Fullerton. Simply dominating the teenage division was a high school senior with one of the thickest upper bodies seen on a teenager since Eddie Robinson. Neil Snyder of Huntington Beach not only had serious mass, but was ripped and vascular, displaying a muscle maturity that is very rare among teens. Even more incredible, this was Neil's first contest after 3 years of heavy training. How good is he? Good enough that he took the Teenage California the following weekend. With work on his legs, who knows how far he can go? And with another year of teenage competition remaining, Neil plans to take the time to fill out his legs to become America's #1 teenager. Starting the open classes was the women's lightweight class winner, Dorothy White, who traveled all the way from Alamogordo, New Mexico. With her sister being Ms. New Mexico and her boyfriend as her mixed pairs partner, Dorothy is surrounded at all times by the sport. To top it off, she's a personal trainer and a gym manager. She recently tried powerlifting to add some size and won her weight class at a regional meet. This former ice skater and ballet dancer needs only to bring up her upper body to improve. Winning the middleweight class was Sunnyvale's Aggie Buck, coming into the contest with a string of impressive titles behind her. She's won the mixed pairs title at both the California and the Nationals, placed first in the Iron Woman and Russ Warner Classic, and has been runner-up in the California Championships and the North American. Aggie also has a background in many sports, but it was a gymnastics injury that began her bodybuilding journey.
I used to be a gymnast, and I ended up doing a few wrong moves in gymnastics and ended up with 2 knee operations. 3 orthopedic surgeons told me I would never walk again. So I decided to rehabilitate myself through weight training.
Second in the heavyweight class was San Clemente's Kim Walters, with thickness and separation usually seen only on stages of national-level contestants. She's been training hard for 6 years, but her background as a gym owner seems to make the difference in her training.
I mean, we're in there 2, 3 in the morning sometimes. Just training, we're able to work a couple body parts a day and ride the bike at night. We have a tanning bed also, so it's been great in that aspect.
Every so often, a competitor arrives on the scene and turns pro in a flash, leaving everyone else shaking their heads. Denise Rutkowski of San Diego took the heavyweight and overall titles, with all the others a world behind her. A former speed roller skater, she began training 5 years ago. Her goal is to be Ms. Olympia. And while many amateurs and pros make this same statement, we have a feeling she actually believes it. Bodybuilding's Orange County Center, Gold's Fullerton, had 31 entries in this show, by far the largest contingency. Among them was the men's bantamweight winner, Ping Latvong. In addition to being a natural competitor, Ping is also an internationally award-winning hairstylist. Although his family is still skeptical about the concept of dieting down to 3% body fat, he plans to take a year off to add size and will come in as a ripped lightweight when we next see him. How many bodybuilders can say they hold the state bench press record and trained Debbie Mugley for her North America win last year? We're talking about the men's middleweight winner, Jay Matlock from Dallas, Texas. He was a runner-up as a lightweight at the 1988 Junior USA and Junior Nationals, and this was his first show as a middleweight. His density comes from 6 years as a powerlifter, and he likes to relax from the iron game with his wife and 10-year-old son. Third in the light heavies was Bob Germek, a gym owner from Stevenson Ranch. In addition to his thick development, Bob sports a pair of calves that are among the best in the world. A hockey player in the past, Bob has been training with weights for 13 years. Originally from Massachusetts, runner-up Tom Wiggin has claimed the light heavy class previously in the San Diego, Los Angeles, and Armed Forces Championships. He began training 15 years ago when he weighed a mere 84 pounds in 8th grade. He went on the following weekend to win the light heavyweight class in the California State Championships. Sweeping the light heavyweight class was a young man who won this class at the 1988 Teen Nationals, Jeff Poulin. As a teen champion, he was known as being all legs. Now at 22, he has some of the best legs in the country and has brought up his upper body also. In fact, when he walked on stage, the audience gasped in amazement, notably because of his demand of their attention and his confidence. This guy's a winner. With his background in hockey, lacrosse, baseball, and judo, Jeff has his sights on taking the sport as far as it takes him. With his symmetry and those amazing legs, that's sure to be far. What is his secret to success?
I would have to say that it's just consistently being in the gym, hard work, paying off, not overly genetically gifted per se, but just being able to work out hard consistently year-round rather than just the 8 to 10 weeks prior to a show.
On to the heavyweights. We've seen an influx lately of athletes from countries such as Canada, Germany, and Australia. But Israel? Third place, Ofer Samra, a former Mr. Israel, admits people are surprised when he tells them where he's from. Inspired to train by an uncle many years ago, he won the 1983 Mr. Israel title after only a year of training. Looking like a sleeker Bob Paris with incredible lines and symmetry and striking appearance, Ofer needs only to increase his overall mass to be a bodybuilding superstar here in the United States as well as Israel.
A few years ago, they start sending Israeli bodybuilders to the Mr. Universe. There's a few good bodybuilders here in the United States that compete, and I'm one of them. And hopefully I try to get some experience here and then get on and compete in the Mr. Universe.
In second place was a recent Mr. Miami in only his second contest ever. Rick Perard is a corrections officer and a licensed practical nurse and had been training with weights for almost a decade before popular Miami trainer Randy Scotes encouraged him to compete. Rick had planned on coming into the show as a light heavy, but missed that class by just a pound. Originally from New York City, he has literally just begun in the sport. Physically, Rick plans on bringing up his calves and biceps and eventually competing at 5'8", 225 pounds. Winning the heavies was Rodney Davis, an extremely well-proportioned 28-year-old from Reseda. At 6 foot, Rodney is one of the taller competitors out there, and as such, often doesn't appear as massive as shorter men. However, his unbelievable shape put him to the top on this day. He plays tennis and bowls and trains for far briefer time periods than most competitors. His goal is to turn pro, and he has given himself a 2-year time limit in which to do so. With adequate size to be a pro, all he needs to do now is to get ripped. The battle for the overall title was between the top 2 weight classes. The maxim that bodybuilding is a short man's sport proved true as light heavy Jeff Poulin edged out the taller Rod Davis. Both athletes will become champions, and it can be said that the Orange County was their launching pad. For American Muscle, I'm John Kobik.
Hi, I'm Jeff Poulin, and I'll see you at the events of the year. Muscle Mania coming this summer nationwide.